You are now listening to Spark FM. Spark FM.
Switch dog. That's what they mean if you kill dog. Boost how you get him with the 17 dog.
Spark FM.
Oh, yes, you kindly. Miss Jolene, oh, your mango sweet, so. Jolene, oh, your mango.
New England's #1 urban Caribbean music. Radio. Spark FM.
You're listening to Saucy and Friends in the morning with Miss Hot Sauce, Miss Tony, and Rockstone Triz.
Yeah!
Good morning, America. Good morning, Vietnam. Good morning, the British West Indies. Good morning, Boston, Massachusetts. City of Boston, we are here live on Spark FM Online, #1 for urban and Caribbean music. We are your favorite destination for morning show here. Rockstone Triz, Miss Tony B. Knowin is out today with a flu of some sort, and Tristan feels like he might be.
No, don't say that.
Oh, no. Tristan is feeling wonderful.
Not the flu.
Not the flu. He might have a little sniffle, but that just means he needs a little Vicks. And that's what we're going to do today. Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Spark FM Online, #1 for urban and Caribbean music. We are in the building, and we are just going to be hanging out today, talking the things, getting you guys all the information you need to get through your week and whatnot. Quick check-in. Rockstone Triz, how you doing, brother?
That's good.
You was good?
That's good.
What you been doing with yourself, brother?
I've been on the field picking the cottons and,
Picking the
eating
cottons.
chitlins and things.
Eating the chitlins.
Oh, no, man. I'm good. The weather is amazing today.
Oh, my God. Yesterday, too.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
But this is the I like this type of season. I
What
like
is
the fall.
this season?
This is fall. This is when you can bring out the nice pea coat.
And the boot.
The trench coat, you know what I mean? Nice fall colors, you know what I mean? You got on your fall colors, you represent, You can't come out with the reds, the burgundies, the oranges,
This is a good fashion season. A good fashion season.
Absolutely.
I don't like the volatility of the weather, though. Like, the last 2 days we've been experiencing some great weather. I mean, yesterday was... Did you go outside?
I did.
Yesterday was absolutely magnificent. I took several walks to several parts of Boston, Massachusetts, played in the grass, all kinds of stuff. But then I get scared when it starts to drop and it starts to get mad cold. And then you're like, damn, winter is really here.
Yeah, you definitely got to walk out with your hoodies and all that.
Do you think we're going to have a bad winter this year?
They said that it's supposed to be mild. I didn't do my research, but from what I heard,
Well, you have to do your research because I want to know. Because some people be like, no, we're going to have a bad winter. Others be like, no, the last couple of winters have been very, very, very mild.
They've been mild, but I'm not, it's not because of a good thing.
It's global warming, climate change.
And they ain't talking enough about that. Kamala ain't talking enough about that.
She's not talking about it. That's very true. Of all the things that
Trump
we
don't
have
believe
going
it.
on,
It
like we
exists.
don't have nobody paying attention to climate control, which is crazy. Very, very interesting.
Yeah, man.
But yes.
How was your weekend?
My weekend was good. My weekend was pretty mild as well. Saturday, I did nothing. But I did go to Caribbean Fashion Week's grand finale fashion show. That was really great. Shout out to Althea and Boston Caribbean Fashion Week and the production that they put on. I wasn't able to make it to the other events like the honors and the teen night, but we did go to the grand finale and that was nice. And then I went home.
Okay.
I went home again. Okay. And then yesterday was another really kind of home day. Me and Sparkell spent the whole entire day together. We either slept, walked, or slept some more. That was the only two things that we did yesterday, walk and sleep.
I feel like a lot of people were in bed yesterday for some reason.
Yeah, it was I feel like life has been lifing.
Everybody's well. Oh, you know what? You good? Mm-hmm. I'm not to say you good, but it just reminded me of something. Over the weekend, shout out to my homegirl Emily. Emily Allen. She had a joint at a good party at Unity called Barbies.
Was that Barbies and Brats? I saw the flyer after the fact, and I was like, that sounds like a cute party. Was it cute with the girls?
Yo, that party was lit.
Really?
The party was lit. Shout out to Hot Skull. He killed it. Hot Skull killed it. Everybody else, Tim selected Tim. I think her name was Chrissy Diamond, was a young lady's DJ.
Yes, Chrissy Diamond.
Shout out to her. Vibes was up. Everybody came out. They came out. Everybody came out.
This was Saturday night?
This was Saturday night.
Really?
Everybody.
I saw the flyer after, and I was like, you know what? That's a really cute concept. I think I remember seeing it some other time last year, maybe. But that's were girls dressed up?
They were dressed up. They were dressed up in their pink and in their brats. I couldn't really, distinguish. But they was dolled up.
Okay,
the Barbie
love
dolls
it.
was in the building.
I love it.
Yeah.
I want to see. I want to go to it.
I felt bad for Emily because Emily, who is what kept the party, she's also a bartender, and she was bartending all night, and everybody was going to her. So
really,
yeah, she
that's crazy.
She was working all night.
That's a hustler right there.
And she was selling her food, man. So shout out.
She
to
was bartending, selling food, and promoting the party.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah. You know how them beaches does it.
We need to talk to her. Let me have a word with Emily. But no, that sounds good. Like contrary to popular belief, we always talk about, it seems like people always critiquing parties and whatever. I think I appreciate it when you go to a good party and it's well attended, well vibed up. Absolutely. And it seems like everybody's having a good time. So shout out to her.
Absolutely.
Shout out to her. Anything else? Yeah, nothing else really happened this weekend. It was pretty low-key weekend. I know that this is gearing up to Halloween weekend. So let us know in the comment section what you guys got planned. Are you going to any parties? I know that there's a couple of galas and stuff that are happening this weekend.
Oh, this weekend?
Yeah.
Galas already?
Yeah.
Oh, this is gala season, right?
It's gala season. I know the St. Vincent and the Grenadines had their big gala the other day. That looked nice. But this is Halloween season. What do you have planned? Because usually, don't y'all do a unity party?
Yes. It is the return, ladies and gentlemen. The return on Halloween night. Mysterious Freaks not Halloween night, but Mysterious Freaks going down on Saturday, October 26th. Inside of Prince Hall. Music by Selector Kareem, Gazadal, Kingpin, Hot Skull, and DJ Warlock.
Oh, Kingpin from Connecticut?
Formerly of King Addies.
Oh, yes. Oh, that sounds nice. I might have to step out. I might got to step out. What I'm going to wear? I got 1 week to find a costume.
Yeah, man. You might be able to order something too.
Yeah, from Amazon. Let me go look at it. If you guys see me a little bit disoriented, send me. That's what you do. Drop in the comment section some links to some cute outfits, costumes that I can put on, and I will do exactly that.
There you go.
I'd wear that. But in the interest of time, people, let's get started with this show. Let's give you the world, national, local, and entertainment news, and whatever talking little craps in between. Spark FM Online, Saucy and Friends in the Morning starts now.
You're listening to Saucy and Friends in the Morning with Miss Hot Sauce, Miss Tony, and Rockstone Triz.
Let's start with the big question.
How are you? The all-new Spark FM.
You're listening to Spark FM Online.
What is this, Doctor?
This is
Well, Spark of New England, Spark FM. Bringing the heat back to the airwaves. Turn us up.
all right. Let's take a look.
Today is October 21st. It's approximately 9:16 in the a.m. Today is going to be plentiful sunshine, very warm, high near 8. Well, goddamn, high near 80 degrees. That sounds ridiculous. Winds in the west-southwest at 10 to 15 miles per hour, 80 degrees. Let me look at my other app. That's an October. This is November. This is practically November. Just to confirm, it's going to be a high near 80, so it's going to be a high of 78 degrees. Sunny. Tonight's going to drop down to about 50. Sunny conditions will continue all day. Wind gusts are up 13 miles per hour. So that means that listen, everybody, I strongly encourage you guys to get outside. Mm-hmm. We have, after tomorrow, it's going to be about 75, and then we drop down to 60s. It's going to get colder completely after that. So make sure that you guys are just enjoying these last few days of whatever. Can we go up here to this news? To this, tell him to tell the news.
Oh.
The winter. Is that Boston?
No, I think it's just New England.
East Coast.
It's random.
Yeah, that's fine. Let's get into the shows and what's going on right now. Boston hearing aims to address booming open air drug market. Let's talk about it, Boston, because this is crazy. Over there in Mass and Gas looks a hot ass mess all over again. And now they're not hidden somewhere in a back alley. They're outside on the street. It looks like Skid Row in LA. It's crazy. But let's go to the clip and then we'll get into the rest of it.
Public safety concerns in Boston's troubled Mass and Cass corridor. Tents have been banned for a year now, but the open air drug market is booming. A public hearing now planned for this week. Boston 25 News reporter Drew Caritas live in Boston. And Drew, you spoke with some residents planning to testify at that meeting.
I did, Carrie. Those neighbors tell me they believe public attention has shifted away from the open-air drug market since last year's encampment ban, but they tell us that crackdown actually pushed some of the problems closer to their doorsteps, and they're hoping that their testimony helps paint a picture of what people are dealing with on a daily basis.
The Mass and Cass situation is just as bad as it's ever been. It's actually more spread out now than it's ever been.
That's what Jonathan Alves and other South End neighbors have been telling the city of Boston about the progress they say they aren't seeing. This new footage captured by Boston 25 News Sunday at sundown shows smaller crowds that routinely disperse into neighborhoods near the Mass and Cass corridor.
You hear about it in the Commons now. You see it across the alleyways in buildings into the Back Bay. It's beyond the South End. It's beyond Mass and Cass.
Alves is signed up to testify at a hearing happening on Tuesday that several Boston city councilors have called for to address public safety and quality of life concerns connected to an open-air drug market that's still booming, nearly 1 year after Boston's ordinance to ban tents and tarps took effect.
It feels like the mayor did a victory lap and put their hands up in the air and they feel like they've celebrated a win. There is not a win.
As we've been reporting this past summer, neighbors say blatant use and criminal activity has scattered and is having a direct impact on their lives at home.
I can't walk down my stoop. I had to not put my garbage out on Friday because there were people all over the stoop and it just didn't feel safe.
Andy Brand is also planning to testify at this week's hearing about a neighborhood he says is still under siege. He plans to bring attention to last year's proposal to convert a decommissioned cruise ship into a floating recovery treatment hospital, and will also be mentioning the dozens of needles he's reported on his property since last year's encampment crackdown.
I've gotten tickets because there's litter in my front garden. I can't clean it up fast enough. I don't have any hope that the city will do anything. They've let too many mayors have let us down.
And we reached out to Mayor Rue's office for comment ahead of Tuesday's hearing. We have not yet heard back tonight. The hearing is expected to emphasize calls for the city to bolster its response and services and offer some proposed solutions to help support people who live and work in this area. We're live in Boston South End tonight. Drew Caritas for your local station, Boston 25 News.
That's really interesting because we've been talking about this.
Trains don't flow, John.
We've been talking, is the computer still on? We've been talking about this since we started this show. And I know that this has gone back maybe all the way to 15, 20 years ago. And this is maybe our third mayor with that we've had during this crisis. And it's really just sad because it is disastrous down there. And I really do feel bad for the people. I feel really bad for the people that live and work down there, especially those business owners.
Yeah.
That's crazy. The man said he can't pick up trash fast enough. He keeps getting a fine for his trash, but nobody gets a fine for being outside of his place dropping trash. There is, on my nightly walks, there is a man that lives in one of those bus shelters. He leaves his stuff there for the day. Nobody touches it. At night, he goes and curls up on his park bench. When he needs to pee, he goes right in the corner. He whips it out and he pees. I've witnessed that many times. And then other than that, it's just a strong, pungent odor of pee. And I don't know who's supposed to go to that bus stop as well. Right. You know, so I'm not sure what the city is actually doing to kind of help this situation. But I don't know. I don't know what to do. I know that, again, this has been going on for a very, very long time. I would love to sit in the room as they discuss these things and figure out where is it that we are having a hold up on what to do with the people. Something else that was interesting in that story is that they're trying to convert an old cruise ship into a treatment center.
Yeah. I don't know.
Sounds very Amistadish.
Yeah, I don't say.
All of you people, you get on this boat here, and we'll float you in the middle of the ocean.
I don't understand why it's so hard to get these people a facility. Why is it so?
That's what I don't get it. Like, the whole time that we've been talking about this, Deer Island could have been built and done a long time ago. I don't feel like the bridge should have stopped Deer Island from being built or resurrected. Yeah. I guess I'm confused about why it's taking so long for us to figure out how to help the unhoused. And an open air drug market, that's exactly what we have here. We just have people out here just doing drugs all willy-nilly, and we're like, as long as it's safe for them to do drugs, it's okay.
It's Halloween every day.
I mean, listen, it looks like definitely a juve. You know, it's just a mess. It's just a mess. It's just needles. Well, juve don't do needles. It's just needles and bottles and dirt and trash. When we was in Florida, there was he was an old unhoused man who literally like kind of got us for a whole meal. We were sitting there eating In-N-Out burger, and he came up talking about, can he have some change for some food? We had an extra burger. We gave him a burger. Offered him some fries. He didn't want no fries. Then he came back. He said he wanted a Coke, so we gave him some money, so I gave him a Sprite. Then he came back and was like, actually, y'all never gave me the fries. Give me them fries. So we gave him the fries. So he sat down very content and ate his In-N-Out. And it didn't matter to him. But yeah, it does need to. I see police out there all the time, though, but the police don't be doing nothing. They just be sitting there looking at them. It's very crazy. But moving on. Let's see what else we have. Omni hotel workers ratify contract ending the strike. Oh, good. We can clean our sheets again. Omni Parker House and Omni Boston Seaport hotel workers unanimously ratified a contract on Sunday and plan to return to work on Monday morning following a 5-day streak. Let's go to the clip right here.
Stations underway.
Back to work on a Monday never felt so good.
Oh my God, I'm really, really happy.
Around 600 Omni hotel workers voted unanimously to approve a tentative contract agreement Sunday.
This is just a huge monumental win, not just for me, but for everyone here.
Hotel workers at Omni Parker House and Omni Boston Seaport have been on strike for about a week. The union started negotiating back in April.
Folks couldn't afford to live in Boston. They couldn't afford the rent. They couldn't afford, to take their kids out for a nice meal once in a while.
The new contract fills all of their core demands, including a $10 raise for hotel workers over the next 4 years, better benefits, and job security.
These wage wins, these increases are life-changing.
This contract will give us the ability to put some food on the table.
The city hasn't seen the last of these picket lines, though. Around 600 workers are still on strike at Boston Park Plaza and the Hilton Boston Logan Airport.
We're not done until everyone is signed. We're not finished until all of our brothers and sisters achieve what we was just able to get. It's not over yet.
Well, Hilton workers have been on the picket line here for over 2 weeks now, and they say they won't stop until they get a fair contract. Reporting in Boston, Mary Marcos, NBC 10
who's
Boston.
Left? Another 600 hotel workers remained on strike at the Hilton Boston Logan Airport and the Hilton Boston Park Plaza. Which again, I feel like those are Hilton got to get it together. Hilton got enough money to be able to give these people what they need, and especially that airport one. That's a necessary hotel. We've made millions for the hotel, and all we ask for is a small piece of the pie, said James Smith, a banquet server. For me, the most important aspect of the new contract is that everyone will get meaningful raises. I'm glad that Omni came to a table to good faith, and we finally reached an agreement, but we're not done until we are all done in Boston and elsewhere. I agree. A win for Boston is a win for a lot of different places, so good for them. Good for them. Proud of them people for striking properly. 2 Massachusetts individuals have been arrested after releasing, minks from Pennsylvania farm. Releasing 200 minks. I wonder what would make somebody do that. Why would you release the minks? Who does that? 2 Massachusetts. 2 Massachusetts residents were arrested over the weekend after releasing 200 minks from cages at a Pennsylvania farm. Christopher, 25, and Cara, 27, were arrested early Sunday morning on charges of agricultural vandalism, criminal mischief, damage of property, theft by unlawful taking, cruelty to animals, burglary, and criminal trespassing, according to the Pennsylvania State Police. They're like, we're throwing everything possible at you guys. Go to the clip.
Of releasing hundreds of minks at a fur farm in Pennsylvania. It happened yesterday in Sunbury, a town in the central part of the state in Pennsylvania. According to investigators, this exact situation happened at the farm last year when thousands of minks were released. According to Pennsylvania State Police, the suspects are charged with agricultural vandalism. Each one is being held on $150,000 cash bail.
Hi, I'm
Damn.
I mean, shit, 200, how much? 250?
Yeah.
2,000?
Mink's got rights too, people.
Mink, what is a mink?
I don't know what a mink is. It's like a gerbil.
Let me look. Mink.
Mink is like a little gerbil.
Mink animal. Yesterday, one of my fur baby. Oh, I want one.
It looks like a ferret.
Yeah.
No, you don't want one of those.
Yesterday, in one of my fur baby groups, there was a person who has a large rat. Would you ever adopt a rat?
No. What's his name?
It's huge. It's a ratatouille.
No, I would never own a rat.
It was somebody in the comments was like, it's cute and all, but then I think I would forget that I owned a rat, see the rat scurrying across the floor, and lose my mind because who has a rat? But it was very interesting. I heard that they're very great domesticated animals, and they're very sweet and very clean.
Sure.
I was like, oh, all right.
Can't tell me that.
Yes, that is different. That is different. 2 hospitalized after shooting at Halloween party in Dorchester. Y'all can't even get right for a little Halloween celebration? That's what y'all doing outside? It's disgusting behavior.
It ain't even Halloween yet.
Exactly. You got in a little costume, you feeling good. Why'd you bring your gun? Leave it at home. Bring your trick-or-treat basket.
That's crazy.
Ending with a serious scare. Police say that 2 people were taken to the hospital yesterday when gunshots rang out at a party. It happened near Glenway and Maybrook Streets around 2 a.m. Both victims are expected to survive. Neighbors say more has to be done to keep people there safe.
It was a simple Halloween party with a bunch of friends, no intention of anything bad happening. And these kids have no outlet of, safe spaces anymore. You always, every time you go out, you could fear losing your life trying to be a kid.
Police are looking into whether a car crash on Dorchester Avenue that happened about a half hour later has any connection. 3 people were hurt in the crash.
So did it say 2 in the morning?
No.
Did it?
I felt like it was.
I thought it said that it was 2 in the morning.
Suffering from 2 a.m.
Yeah, if it was 2 in the morning, why the kids is out? What is kids?
Found 2 people suffering from non-life-threatening injuries occur. What? Like, what is it? Like, what? It was a kids' party?
I'm trying to figure it out.
I think it had to be an adult party. Yeah. It had to be an adult Halloween party because who brought their
maybe a young teenage party though.
Yeah, who brought their gat? Is it gat or gack?
Blicky.
Blicky. I like Blicky too. Because but that's crazy. That's something scary. Halloween, they say, is a night for a lot of crime to happen because everybody's in costumes and things like that. I just feel like burglaries and stuff like that is where they should kind of draw the line. The shooting thing just seems so unnecessary to me for some reason. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, I don't think that couldn't be a kid's party at 2:00 in the morning. That's adult party with women dressed as whores, which I too will be as well on Halloween. A whore. City of Boston to rename a bridge after the Celtics legend Bill Russell. This is dope because that little statue that they had there wasn't a nerf. It wasn't a nerf for Bill Russell. The North Washington Street Bridge will become the William Felton Bill Russell Bridge. The city of Boston plans to immortalize Celtics legend and civil rights activist Bill Russell. Boston announced on Friday that it will rename the North Washington Street Bridge after Russell, changing it to the William Felton Bill Russell Bridge. The bridge has been under construction since 2018, and work is set to be completed in the spring, according to the city. A ceremony on October 21st, including Russell's widow, Janine, past and present Celtics players, and Mayor Michelle Wu, will make the renaming official. Wu says that the renaming isn't meant to honor his basketball legacy. Rather, the city hopes to pay tribute to his civil rights work. Let's go to the clip here from our governor. The governor.
Never before had somebody been above the rim like that and run the court with that length and that speed. So he, I think, fundamentally changed the game. But then he went on to change the world and also what it meant to be a professional athlete, and what was possible. I think about him. I think about Muhammad Ali later, Bill Russell and his strength, his resilience in speaking out and stepping up in the face of injustice. He also was a bridge builder, connecting his teammates and fans, the city of Boston, the state of Massachusetts, the entire country, and a global community. He was indeed a literal and proverbial giant. On the court, an unmatched defender, facilitator, and leader, captaining the U.S. team that won the Olympic gold, bringing home 11 championships to this great city, including 2 as a player coach.
So this
But
is
Bill
live.
was much more than about
This is live
basketball.
right now, so we're not going to play the whole
The
thing.
intensity,
What's
the
interesting
passion
about,
that
and
he
I
brought
don't
to
think
the
a lot
game
of
made him a
people.
natural leader off the court as well.
So it says here, Russell was known for standing up to racism aimed toward himself and others. He staged a walkout during a game in 1961 when a coffee shop in the South End refused to serve 2 of his Celtics teammates. Russell also marched with Martin Luther King Jr. and attended the Cleveland Summit in 1967 to show support for Muhammad Ali after the boxer refused to enter the Vietnam War draft. Even at its peak as a widely successful athlete in Boston, residents at the time didn't want him living in their neighborhoods. Fans often hurled racial slurs toward him and his teammates, and they were segregated from their white counterparts at some hotels while traveling for away games. You never really think about how racism played a part in these athletes' lives back in the day because, you only see their athletic achievements. But damn, to be a superstar basketball player and to have people still be like, we don't want you living in our neighborhoods because you're black is crazy to me. Absolutely easy.
That reminds me, if anybody hasn't seen Fight Night, the Kevin Hart, Samuel Jackson, Taraji Henson.
You finish it?
Yes, I did. It's a special series that's on Peacock right now, basically about the rise of Atlanta, the rise of black people in Atlanta. It's really dope. And basically what they did is they started off with the night that Ali had a fight there. But basically he was showing you like the racism that he felt that he had to deal with in that.
What in that movie, onto what you were saying, what did they do to rise up Atlanta into this black hub? What were some of the things that they did? Do you remember?
Well, it wasn't so much like, I guess one of the girls that was Taraji Henson that she was playing, she had some deals with like, she was grandfathered in, so basically they were able to get a lot of the land that way.
Oh, okay. See, now I'm gonna go watch it again because I didn't know that's what I didn't know anything about that
great
show.
Series, really dope.
I'm gonna go. I tried to watch it. And
Kevin Hart's kind of good with the series thing. He did the thing with Wesley Snipes. That was dope.
Yeah, that was a good show. I'm on Universal Hub. A U.S. Constitution fires at not this one. Where was it? So there was a visual set for the man who died under the wheels of the bus at the Forest Hills. I don't feel like we talked too much about that situation. What happened? Forest Hills residents have organized a vigil to honor both Glenn Ingram, who was struck by an MBTA bus turning left out of the T station on October 12th, and to call on the state and city to take steps to make that and nearby intersections safer for pedestrians. The vigil starts at 5:30. Well, yesterday at 5:30 in Washington and Tower Streets, where Ingram was fatally struck just a few blocks away from the Arborway. Did they not see him? What happened in this story? MBTA was turning left out of the lower busway of Forest Hills and hit a pedestrian shortly after 11:55 a.m. In addition to police, Boston firefighters responded to get the unresponsive man out of under the bus, which they did around noon, handing him over to Boston EMS for evaluation and transportation to a local trauma center. Did it run over him or did it just hit him? Because that's two different types of trauma. To get hit by a bus and then to get ran over by the bus is crazy.
Under the bus.
And he died.
Unresponsive man from out under the bus.
See, so did he get hit and then it rolled over
That's what it sounds like.
Oh,
yeah.
Jesus Christ. Oh, Father, that is a terrible way.
Wow.
That is terrible. God. Condolences to that man and his family, because that is crazy. Even with GPS, out-of-town drivers sometimes have trouble with Boston roads, and so do out-of-town pilots with Logan Airport. Now, I chose this story because it's true. You ever been following GPS and it says, turn right here, and you try to go this way and then it recalculates? Like, what, you just told me to go this way. Why aren't you recalculating fast enough? Aviation for Aviators reports the pilots of a British Airways Airbus A380, one of the world's largest jets, got lost on the way to Terminal E after landing at Logan on Friday and wound up stuck for nearly an hour on a taxiway that was supposed to be closed for construction. Massport had to bring in a pushback tug to haul the jumbo jet to the right taxiway so that it could then taxi to the terminal. There is a video here if you want to play that video of how GPS is screwing us all up and how I have heard that many people have landed in the river due to GPS efforts.
Oh, big production.
Oh, wow.
Big intro.
Let's see it here.
Seabird 1 Bravo, super turn left, November 3, November, Mike, hold short or runway 15 left.
Awadis.
I guess this is their, this is what they were dealing with. So, which brings me to 911, because 911 is back. And on the last episode, what's her name? The detective had to land a plane by herself, and there was no runway for her to land, so she had to land on the highway, and it was very, very dramatic and traumatic for me to watch because I was nervous the whole entire time. So this is why it's good to learn how to fly a plane. That was what I wanted to leave that with.
No, knows how to fly a plane. Your cousin Kern.
Oh, does he fly a plane?
Kern knows how to fly a plane from his living room.
What that mean?
He plays video games.
Oh, the simulations.
Yeah.
And so in 911, the little boy that was helping to land the plane was a airplane game simulator person.
Driver.
So he was able to figure out a lot of the things. Athena, thank you, Lawanda. He was able to figure out a lot of things and help to land the plane because of these simulators. So when you see your children out here playing all these video games and not doing their homework, they could one day save your life.
That's true.
Make sure they're playing games like race cars, airplane, maybe even some war, so they know how to spot a enemy. And so let me see. There was one more. Supreme Court tells Carlisi residents still upset about face masks in 2021 to give it a rest. I agree with that. People that are still complaining about the fact that they had to wear masks during COVID are deeply rooted in mental illness, and I need them to get the help that they need to receive in order to be better products of society. Because the masks are over now. That's it. Vaccinations also. You don't have to worry about that anymore. You fighting for people that had to get vaccinated. They already got vaccinated. It can't come out. Leave it alone. With that said, we're going to go to a quick commercial break and we'll be right back with our world and global news. So keep it locked right here to Spark FM Online, #1 for urban and Caribbean music.
You're listening to Saucy and Friends in the morning with Miss Hot Sauce, Miss Tony, and Rockstone Triz.
You are enjoying the miracle of radio.
New England's #1 urban Caribbean music. Radio. Spark FM.
Finally Home is a must-read, step-by-step guide that will equip any first-time home buyer with the knowledge they need to confidently make informed decisions. This book provides answers in simple and clear terms to most, if not all, of the questions you may have about credit, home ownership, and generational wealth. Finally Home equips the reader with the confidence to be engaged with the home buying process without feeling vulnerable or exploited. Tailor-made Real Estate Easy is not just a catchy hashtag. It is real estate agent and radio personality Taylor Andre's goal. A goal to simplify one of the most challenging processes you will go through as an adult. A goal to educate you properly on credit and teach you the strategies to finding the home of your dream. It is not just a good book or an easy read. It is the secret to a seamless home buying experience.
Often I hear people talking about how high their electricity bills are. Massachusetts has programs that everyday homeowners pay for, but never look into. Have you ever considered why some homes have panels and others don't? If you have Eversource, National Grid, or Unitil for electricity, you are paying for your neighbors to get panels at no cost. The charges are on the bill. Why not get someone to pay for yours? This program also helps with re-roofing, tree cutting, and electrical upgrades. If you're tired of short-term solutions for a long-term problem, connect with Bakari to find out if your home meets the requirements to upgrade at no cost out of pocket. Save the planet, future-proof your family for power outages, and save tens of thousands of dollars on an otherwise lifelong bill. Mention Spark when you call or text SPARK to 617-833-8940 to get 2 months off your power bill covered if your home gets selected.
JP Morgan Chase is making a global commitment to break down barriers to drive inclusive economic growth all over the world. We believe there is a pressing need to help more people move up the economic ladder. That is why we are investing in communities and people to create an economy that works for all, because no community should be left behind. Right here in Boston, we're focusing that work in Dorchester, Roxbury, and Mattapan, among other neighborhoods, on improving financial health. These efforts aim to address the key drivers of the racial wealth divide head-on. We're here to empower individuals, families, and small businesses by connecting them to the tools that build generational wealth and a long-lasting legacy. Chase is investing in Boston. Chase is investing in you. Visit us at the Mattapan branch at 1617 Blue Hill Avenue, where the team is waiting to help.
In our democracy, your vote matters. Make your voice heard. Get registered. Seek out reliable reporting on the candidates and issues, and vote on or before November 5th. Visit vote411.org. This message is furnished by the National Association of Broadcasters and this station.
Spark FM.
Wizzy boy, make me dance. Daddy, oh, make me dance.
Igniting the airwaves. Spark FM. Join us on Facebook and Instagram at sparkfmonline.com. Turn us up.
Tell me how you want it, yeah. Call me and I'm
FM.
Do 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 do. I'll take you to the candy shop. Oh, one shake to what I got. Spark FM Online, #1 for urban and Caribbean music. Rockstone Triz Hot Sauce here in the building. Let's get into the world news. Jelly Roll, y'all are just straight up mean on X. Always heard it was the Wild Wild West. So X has been getting a lot of pushback again lately. Jelly Roll says X users are a bunch of wild ones, saying people go crazy on the app and throw horrible comments back and forth. And he says he's out on it. The singer-songwriter posted to X earlier Sunday, kicking it off by calling the platform formerly known as Twitter.
You on entertainment?
Oh shoot!
I wonder who you talking about.
Oh, where am I? Oh, but that's interesting. Ew. Should the minimum wage be lower for workers who get tips? So this is one of the questions on the ballot. Let me tell you what question is this, because I left this up just in case. So the questions on the ballot again are: question 1, state auditors' authority to audit the legislature. Question 2, elimination of MCAS as high school graduation requirement. Question 3, unionization for transportation network drivers. And question number 4, limited legalization and regulation on certain natural psychedelic substances. And there is also a question 5, minimum wage for tipped workers. What does that mean, you say? Let's go to the clip here.
To dropping the MCAS graduation requirement, to psychedelic therapy. There is a lot on the line. You'll decide. Let's go on the record.
From WCVB Channel 5, the inside word from Washington to Beacon Hill. Today's newsmakers are going on the record.
Welcome to OTR, everyone, and don't panic. It's not Sunday. It is Saturday morning. I'm Ed Harnick.
I'm Charmin Sacchetti. We're with you on this Saturday morning because the Patriots game in London will be airing tomorrow morning during our regular Sunday times.
That the public should know how the state's most powerful politicians are spending your tax dollars.
But opponents say she just doesn't have that power under the Constitution. State Auditor Diana DiZoglio walking for sunshine, highlighting her push for transparency and urging voters to say yes to question 1.
Massachusetts is the only state in the nation where the governor's office, the legislature, and the judiciary all claim exemption from public records laws.
A yes vote on question 1 would give the state auditor the authority to audit the legislature. A no vote would make no change in the law. DiZoglio says she's looking to shine a light under that golden dome.
Looking at state contracts and procurement procedures and protocols
audit the government.
Of law.
If you're
generally sure.
This is long.
Okay, that's question 1. We turn.
No, I'm glad. I didn't know that that's what it was. I'm definitely a yes on question. Let me be, even if I don't go look at them myself, I feel like they should be public record, period.
Yeah, man.
That's crazy. That is very insane. So that was question 1. So we're on question. The proposed law would require employers to continue to pay tipped workers the difference between the state minimum wage and the total amount a tipped worker receives in hourly wages plus tips through the end of 2028. The proposed law would also permit employers to calculate this difference over the entire weekly or bi-weekly payroll. The requirement to pay this difference would cease when the required hourly wage for tipped workers would become 100% of the state minimum wage on January 1st. So is this saying that the tipped workers will now be paid minimum wage on top of their tips? Right? That's what I'm saying. Yeah. If that's the case, I'm about to go work for a restaurant right now. Under the proposed law, if an employer pays its workers an hourly wage that is at least the state minimum wage, the employer would be permitted to administer a tip pool that combines all the tips given by customers to tipped workers and distribute them among all the workers, including non-tipped workers. What your vote will do: A yes vote would increase the minimum hourly wage of employers wage an employer must pay a tipped worker to the full state minimum wage implemented over 5 years, at which point employers could pool all tips and distribute them to all non-management workers. A no vote would make no change in the law governing tip pooling or the minimum wage for tipped workers. Do they have to? I thought they tip pool now already. They don't? I thought that's what they do. I thought that they get paid a minimum wage and then all the tips go into a pool and they distribute them amongst the bus boys, the servers, the bartender, and everything like that. Is that not the way that it works now?
I'm not sure. If anybody worked in food service recently, let us know in the comment section.
617-272-3387 or the comment section. We'll try to figure out if we could... if we can get somebody from the restaurant, maybe one of these owners or somebody, an owner and an employee from a different restaurant in here to talk to you guys in the next couple of weeks or days, or even just call up to say like what they would wish happened. I went to a restaurant recently and I did end up asking the server like how they felt about it, because they were all wearing t-shirts that said, you know, no on question, whatever the question was. And I was just like, I wonder if they're wearing these t-shirts because they want to versus their employee giving them the t-shirts and saying, put this on. Because that's a violation of my rights, I feel. But we'll follow up on that to see. In the comment section, let us know what you're thinking preliminary, though. Do you think that they should increase the minimum wage for tip workers, or do you think it should just stay the way it is right now? Comment in the comment section or call us at 617-272-3387. New York Liberty wins first WNBA championship. Speaking of sports, the Patriots lost yesterday again. Right now they are, I believe, 6-1, and according to Pastor Troy, they are going to not get another one for forever. I think he's at 2-15 or whatever it is. But a lot of people don't have a lot of confidence right now in the team. And they lost last night. And that's sad. That's sad.
But everybody knew that it was going to be a little couple of years till they get it together.
Because it's so new, right? Mm-hmm. There's a new coach. There's a new everybody. There's a new whatever. Mm-hmm. However, last night, even after their loss, Jaylen Brown had a big gala affair yesterday that many of Boston's elite attended. It had people like Kodak Black and Lil Baby and Jason Tatum. And I saw a couple of other people there, too. So big shout outs to him. I'm not sure what the party was for. I don't know if it was a birthday or whatever it was, but that was fun. Pastor Troy says they won the championship for the biggest losers. Wow, that is harsh. Maybe they're just getting themselves together, Pastor Troy. You got to get yourself together. Mike Nice says give minimum wage, and Luwanda says I believe it depends on the restaurant that they are, if they do pool tips or not. And I do agree, too, that they should get the same rate as everybody else, the minimum wage. And because you're working in the food industry, I think that's a given that you get the tips. I don't think that anybody should feel a way about the tips you receive for good service, good customer service. A woman allegedly used child to help her steal a barista machine. Really? Why did you do that?
Did you do the New York Liberty when... You didn't cover that WNBA thing?
Oh, because I don't.
Okay.
I mean, that's good and all, but that ain't our team.
Okay.
We don't know none of them. That's New York Liberty and the WNBA. We ain't got either one of them here, so I don't know why it's in there. Workers who, let me see. Where was I? A woman allegedly used a child to help her steal barista machine, vacuum cleaner, and a vacuum cleaner from Target. Florida woman is accused of using a child to help her shoplift at a Target last week. Cape Coral police said they responded to Target for reports of a theft that occurred a day prior. Target's loss prevention staff told police that a woman, later identified as 23-year-old Elizabeth Novak, came into the store with a child under the age of 10. Loss prevention provided a video that captured Novak loading up a cart with items before giving it to the child to walk out of the store with. Oh, really? That seems like a simple task. The value of the stolen items was estimated at over $1,000, including a barista machine and a vacuum cleaner. Detectives began investigating and sent Novak's picture to other officers and detectives. On Thursday, officers responded to complaints of a woman panhandling. Officers say they recognized the woman as Novak. The investigation revealed that Novak loaded the cart with merchandise before separating from the child and pointing at the exit doors to intentionally send the child out of the store with the stolen goods. Novak followed the child shortly after. Novak was arrested and is facing 1 count of grand theft and 1 count of contribution to delinquency of a minor. That is some, 2 things.
Man.
A keen observation. Is it that easy to just walk out of Target with a whole bunch of stuff like a vacuum and a barista machine and over $1,000 worth of things?
Barista? What's that?
Huh?
What's a barista?
That's like the things that make a coffee, I think.
Like a Keurig?
Yeah, like a Keurig something. Is it? Can I just load up a cart at the Target and walk out the door?
Yeah, but what I want to know, what is the problem with her using the child? She ain't the first mom that has used a child to come up on something.
The problem is that, Tristan, you don't be using the child to do your dirty work. Why she didn't just walk out the store by herself? Like, what makes me think that seeing a child walking out a store with a cart of stuff, I guess I wouldn't assume that they stole all of that stuff, huh? I'm going to try it. I'm going to walk out of Target with $1,000 worth of things in my cart. Give it to CK and let him walk out.
Ain't nobody stopping him.
Because why, though?
Ain't nobody going to stop him.
That's so interesting.
You should have been doing that a long time.
I feel like people do that at Home Depot.
I feel like my mother did that to me when I was younger. Take this, go. Just keep, I'll meet you outside. Go ahead.
Hurry up. Hurry up. You're going to jail. I probably will be going to jail, but just like we would have so many things here. We would have a barista machine. We would have all kinds of stuff. We would have a vacuum.
Boosters get away with it.
We would have a robo vacuum, all those things just walking around here, spraying up the floor and making it look shiny. Everybody do that. Everybody, let's go to Target one time, like a flash mob, and we'll just fill our carts and then we'll just casually walk out the door. I don't feel like this is the advice that I should be giving everybody. I feel like this is piss poor advice, and I'm sorry. I'm sorry, everyone, but that's crazy. I wouldn't trust a child to do my good work. A catastrophic failure cited in gangway collapse that killed 7. Where is this?
In Georgia.
Oh, in Georgia. Oh, no. The catastrophic failure of an aluminum ferry gangway caused the death Saturday of 7 people who were attending an annual cultural event on historic Sapelo Island off the coast of Georgia. 3 other people were critically injured and remained hospitalized Sunday afternoon. Commissioner Walter Rabin of the Dorchester Department of Natural Resources said during a news conference, among those killed was 77-year-old Charles Houston of Darien, Georgia, the chaplain for both the DNR and Georgia State Patrol. Oh, damn. Let's go to the clip right here.
Georgia, good morning to you, Faith.
Good morning to you, Robin. We're learning that all the victims were senior citizens between 73 and 93 years old. Witnesses tell me that the gangway, which looks like a longer, larger version of this one, collapsed so quickly beneath them that many of them had no time to react. This morning, dramatic new video showing the chaos as bystanders jumped into action after this gangway on Sapelo Island suddenly plunged down around 4 p.m. Saturday, dropping 20 people into the water, killing 7.
Yes, we're going to be 10-3 for this situation on Sapelo Island.
A preliminary investigation pointing to a catastrophic failure of the gangway, built only 3 years ago.
It is a structural failure. There should be very, very little maintenance to an aluminum gangway like that.
The incident happened as hundreds visited the small island community to celebrate the heritage of the Gullah Geechee, descendants of African slaves.
We got almost to the boat, and then I felt it start to slide. The whole ramp fell and collapsed.
Oh, Beverly and Irving Jones were among some of the last people to cross the walkway.
We were trying to throw out the life jackets, but the current was so hard it was just taking people away.
Among the deceased victims, Charles Houston, a beloved chaplain, and Queen Welch, pictured here with her cousin moments before the accident. And the State Department of Natural Resources says the gangway was last inspected back in December 2021. Rebecca.
We are just thinking about all of those people and their families in that community. Faith, thank you so much.
Oh, God, that is awful.
Very unfortunate.
That is awful, awful, awful. The White House says health insurance needs to fully cover condoms, other over-the-counter birth control. Without a doctor's prescription, women may pay as much as $50 for morning after pills. That is very true. Plan B is about $50 to $75, depending on where you get it. People with private health insurance would be able to pick up over-the-counter methods like condoms, the morning after pill, and birth control pills for free under a new rule the White House proposed on Monday. Right now, health insurers must cover the cost of prescribed contraception, including prescription birth control or even condoms that doctors have issued a prescription for. There's prescription condoms.
Yeah, because remember, some people are allergic to the latex.
Can't you just get the latex-free one? Why you need a prescription one? It got a little medication in it.
Must be.
That sounds nice. The doctors have issued a prescription for the new rule would expand the coverage, allowing millions of people on private health insurance to pick up free condoms, birth control pills, or morning after pills from local storefronts without a prescription. The proposal comes days before Election Day as Vice President Kamala Harris affixes her presidential campaign to promise of expanding women's health care across the wake of the U.S. Supreme Court's decision to undo nationwide abortion rights 2 years ago. Harris has sought to craft a distinct contrast from her Republican challenger, Donald Trump, who appointed some of the judges who issued the ruling. Today's announcement builds on the Biden-Harris administration's strong record of defending access to reproductive health care and commitment to ensuring that women have the freedom to make deeply personal health care decisions, including if and when to start or grow their family. The emergency contraceptives that people on private insurance would be able to access without cost include levodopa, a pill that needs to be taken immediately after sex to prevent pregnancy, and more commonly known as the brand name Plan B. I wonder why it's called Plan B, because just in case, but it's called whatever. Without a doctor's prescription, women may pay as much as $50 for a pack of the pills. A woman who delays buying the medication in order to get a doctor's prescription could jeopardize the pill's effectiveness, since it is most likely to prevent a pregnancy within 72 hours after sex. I thought it was 75 hours. Oh, Lord. A one month supply of the birth control pill is about $20. Federal mandates for private health insurance to cover contraceptive care were first introduced with the Affordable Care Act, which required plans to pick up the cost of FDA-approved birth control that had been prescribed by a doctor as a preventative service. The proposed rule would not impact those on Medicaid, the insurance program for the poorest Americans. States are largely left to design their own rules around Medicaid coverage for contraception, and few cover over-the-counter methods like Plan B or condoms. I do believe that condoms should be free, but in this day and age, with the Supreme Court reversing Roe v. Wade and all of the preventative measures that people can take in order to prevent getting pregnancy, these liberal, I guess these quote unquote liberal states do need to bulk up on what kind of care that they're able to give to people, because I think if it continues the way it is, it's going to be a problem. It's going to be a problem, and that's terrible. That's terrible. What was I reading the other day? Oh, it was something that said that they should federally mandate DNA testing for every child that is born. And I felt that was interesting. I felt that was okay. But I also, and a lot of men were praising it, I do want to point out that if they're going to federally mandate something like that, they should also federally mandate child support. So that is the caveat to that. Chris says, ain't nobody interested in the NYC condoms. If they ain't repping Magnum, nobody's bothering to pick up those condoms. Ain't nobody interested in those. What is an NYC condom? If you ain't repping Magnum, nobody's picking up. Yeah, what does that mean? What is an NYC condom? What illness you got to get a prescription for condoms? That's my question. You don't have to have an illness. You just got to be like, I'm sexually active and I need condoms.
No, with the medication.
Oh, no, well, it's not. Well, you prescribe. Let me see. Medicated prescription condoms. What that mean? Oh, okay. Oh, it's such a thing as prescription condoms. Internal condoms are harder to find because they're only one brand that's FDA approved and available in the US. You can get a prescription for the internal condom, or you can find them online at FC2 internal condom. What's an internal condom? That's the woman condoms? What the hell is an internal condom?
That would it sound like.
What the hell is internal condom?
Woman condom.
Is it a woman condom?
Mm-hmm. Because y'all got to put it internal.
You gotta internalize it. You gotta put it in the internal. I'm trying to look it up. Yes, I am.
Yes.
Oh, that's internal condoms. They seem so weird to me.
Dams.
Oh, yes. Have you ever experienced that?
No.
It's very interesting. I've never experienced that either. I don't think I want to. I don't think I'm interested in that. Have any of you guys out there ever experienced internal condoms? Any of you women wear them? Do you like them? Is it different? What? Tell me more. Tell me everything. Tell me everything you know about all of this stuff. It's the women's condoms. They are a little bit more expensive than the men's, I believe. I've met girls allergic to latex. Me too. You've met girls. Yeah, right, Jason. You met girls. I have a box of FC2s. They no longer bought in stores, so they got to purchase in bulk. Why do you have a box of them? And then, okay, Schneider, you have a box of them. How do you say to the woman, you put it in or on? Well, you would have to put it in. How do you broach that subject with the woman? Like, hey, I don't got any male condoms, but I do have this box of female condoms. You need to put it in. I feel like if you haven't done it before, it might be a little difficult. So how does this work, Schneider?
They were supposed to teach y'all this.
I remember them teaching it. They say you got to fold it and you got to put it in and then it expands by itself. But I don't trust that process. I don't know where it expands into. What if it goes into my throat? I don't know. Is there a connection there? I don't know how to do this. Larry says, I know girls who only use skin condoms because they're allergic to latex. Skin condoms are amazing. And if you are allergic to latex, or if you just want, to have something that is just not there, this is what I heard from my research. Or if you just want to have something there, then skin condoms are the way to go. SKYN. If I were into those types of activities, those are the ones that I would prefer as well. That's what I know. These 7 stop and shop locations in Mass are closing on October 31st, and this is very good for us to know because a lot of us shop at Stop and Shop. Caller, you are live on Spark FM.
All right. Hi, this is Nine.
Oh, good. Tell us more.
What up, Sauce?
Hello.
Okay. So I only used it with my previous ex-fiance.
Okay.
So that was an easier conversation than just just the one-time jump off. Even the first time, it was kind of like her face was kind of scrunched up, like, you want me to do what? With what?
What you want me to do? Stick it where?
But here's what it is. Basically, a regular condom is frictions with your penis, whereas a female condom, you feel more resistant because it doesn't glide with it; it glides against. So
so it's the female condoms are better.
I think. I mean, it's not like I'm putting something on. It's like you.
Is it romantical to maybe help her put it on if that is, or?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
It's part of the game, I guess. the two people have to like work on making it less clinical and more in the moment. It is one of those, and I'll say even regular content is like that too. Like you have to pause and do the thing and then go back to the motion. But yeah, it's just, you got to be imaginative.
Okay, thank you, Snyder. Tristan is showing us a diagram on the line of how these things. It's so comprehensive, even how to throw it away. Thank you, Schneider.
Yeah.
That was interesting. What was the? I know this is not the right question. It's supposed to go in your butthole. Or that was just a different way of viewing it. Female condoms feel like you're smashing a plastic bag. No feeling. Just get a Stop and Shop bag and put them. Well, geez, Larry, what's wrong? Larry, what is wrong with you? Not a plastic bag from Stop and Shop. Speaking of Stop and Shop, 7 Stop and Shop locations in Massachusetts will close their doors permanently on October 31st. The grocery store chain told the Boston Globe on Saturday. Stop and Shop originally announced in July they would close 32 underperforming locations, including 7 in Massachusetts by November 2nd, to better position the company for growth. In the July statement, the company said associates working on the closed location will be offered other positions. Stop and Shop is proud of the deep roots and blah, blah, blah. Which ones are closing? Brockton. Oh, no.
Nah, man, that must close.
The one up there in Brockton, Avon?
Yeah, nobody go there.
Where they go? Because they go to Walmart.
Everybody go to Market Basket.
Or Walmart. Brockton, Raynham, Halifax, Shrewsbury, Springfield, Worcester, and Pembroke. They are the 7 ones. I'm pretty sure there's more in those towns, but those are the towns that will be closing at least one Stop and Shop by October 31st. I am very familiar with the 932 North Montello one in Brockton, and I feel like we only stop there when we need to run in real quick and get a bread or some soda.
Because right next to it is a Stop and Shop, and then the other one is Shaw's. Remember?
Yes.
Right
Yep. Not too far away. I wonder what they're gonna replace it with though, because that's a big piece of that's a big piece of store. I wonder what they will replace it with, because there's already a Walmart. Probably gonna put a Target there. So yes, those are the things that you guys need to know for Stop and Shop closing. I'm not sure if it affects anybody here about what's going on, but that is what we have for now. With that said, we're going to go to another commercial break, and we'll be right back in a few minutes with our entertainment news. Spark FM Online, #1 for urban and Caribbean music. Saucy and Friends in the morning.
You're listening to Saucy and Friends in the morning with Miss Hot Sauce, Miss Tony, and Rockstone Trish.
Spark FM. Spark FM.
This is a message from the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. Travel increases your chance of getting and spreading COVID-19. Take steps to protect yourself and others. Wear a mask that completely covers your nose and mouth. Masks are required on planes, buses, trains, and other forms of public transportation traveling into, within, or outside of the U.S. and in U.S. transportation hubs such as airports and stations. Stay at least 6 feet away from others. Wash your hands often and watch for symptoms of COVID-19. When traveling back to the U.S., you must show a negative COVID-19 test result or have documentation of recovery from COVID-19 before boarding your flight back to the U.S. Visit cdc.gov/COVID-19 travel to learn more about travel requirements and recommendations.
Finally Home is a must-read step-by-step guide that will equip any first-time homebuyer with the knowledge they need to confidently make informed decisions. This book provides answers in simple and clear terms to most, if not all, of the questions you may have about credit, homeownership, and generational wealth. Finally Home equips the reader with the confidence to be engaged with the home buying process without feeling vulnerable or exploited. Real estate is not just a catchy hashtag. It is real estate agent and radio personality Taylor Andre's goal. A goal to simplify one of the most challenging processes you will go through as an adult. a goal to educate you properly on credit and teach you the strategies to finding the home of your dream. It is not just a good book or an easy read, it is the secret to a seamless home buying experience.
Hi, it's Tori DeVito. In every family, small conversations can make a big impact. I grew up on tour with my parents. Kind of different, but we bonded over music just like other families do over sports, camping, or other interests. And we talked. Little everyday conversations from silly to serious that built a foundation over time. Honest conversations, like when my dad shared his experiences as an alcoholic.
Your honesty about that part of your life gave me a sense of integrity that I wanted to uphold in my own life. And I was so grateful that you and Mom had become these sober, stable people who were always there for me.
I wanted you to know from someone who's been in recovery more than 30 years now that hard work is what creates success, not alcohol or other drugs, whether it's music or anything else. I said it a lot, and I'm glad you took it to heart.
Talk, they hear you. For more information about talking with your kids about underage use of alcohol and other drugs, visit underagedrinking.samhsa.gov.
Spark FM.
Wheezy boy, make me dance. Daddy, oh, make me dance.
Igniting the airwaves. Spark FM. Join us on Facebook and Instagram at sparkfmonline.com. Turn us up.
Tell me how you want it, yeah. Call me and I'm over it.
Spark FM.
And we are back here. Spark FM Online, #1 for urban and Caribbean music. If you are just joining us, this is Saucy and Friends in the Morning, Monday through Friday, 9 to 11. Go ahead and press that share button so people can know what you're listening to and what is going on in and around you right now. Let's get into this Jelly Roll. We started this a little bit a while ago. But Jelly Roll calls X the most toxic app ever. And I do believe that Elon Musk has done a wonderful job screwing up this very beloved app. Mm-hmm. I mean, he has done stellar. He is the new block feature now. Have you heard about that? Mm-mm. On Twitter, he removed, you know how you block somebody and they can't see what you do and you can't see what they do? He's removed the block feature to the point where if you block someone, they can still see what you do. They just can't engage with you anymore.
That's why.
Isn't that defeats the point of blocking someone?
I don't want you to see my ish, son.
Yeah, like I don't want you to know what's going on with me. I don't want you to see my ish. And Elon is just like, no, they should be allowed to see your stuff, right. And they just can't interact with you and say nothing to you. That doesn't mean that they can't contact you on some other thing. Which I don't understand. Jelly Roll says the X users are a bunch of wild ones, saying people go crazy on the app and throw horrible comments back and forth, and he says he's out on it. The singer-songwriter posted to X earlier Sunday, kicking it off by calling the platform formerly known as Twitter the most toxic negative app to exist ever, period. JR says that social media isn't the same as it's always been, saying he's always heard it was the Wild West, but it's gone further than that, becoming simply a safe space for people to express all the vile veritol anyone could want to spit. Roll ends his message by simply saying he's done on the social media app, getting the heck away from all the negativity. Worth noting, not the first time Jelly Roll has taken a break from social media. Back in April, his wife, Bunny XO, told fans he quit after relentless bullying over his weight. Some celebs, like Flavor Flav, came to his defense, but Jelly Roll later told Verity that toxic was terrible, and so was the addiction. Roll essentially said he was spending too much time scrolling and wasn't good for his mental health. Sounds like the toxicity explicitly got to the Roll this time, and he's ready to take another hiatus. I do believe that people should just stop using Twitter altogether. I do default back to Twitter when I have some, to be honest with you, when I have some very, negative feelings or big feelings, I take it to Twitter because I know that if somebody starts arguing with me, we're just going to go back and forth. But Twitter is a problem. Elon Musk, again, is, I think, a cancer to our American values and everything that we have going on. And I'm not into it at all. Twitter is terrible. I'm not into Elon Musk. I think that he's a terrible person. Like a real life villain.
I agree.
Nasty. Rosie O'Donnell speaks out after daughter's arrest. This is not new. Rosie O'Donnell is still hanging around. Huh? Oh, this is Rosie O'Donnell. I'm thinking about Roseanne. She was in the news the other day too. Roseanne. On some racist-ish, I believe. Police reports obtained by Fox News reveal Rosie O'Donnell's 27-year-old daughter, Chelsea Bell O'Donnell, was arrested October 4th in Wisconsin on multiple felony charges, including possession of methamphetamine, possession of narcotic drugs, possession of drug paraphernalia, bail jumping, and resisting or obstructing an officer. This is Chelsea O'Donnell's second arrest in 1 month. On September 17th, she was arrested and charged with felony counts of maintaining a drug trafficking place, child neglect, drug possession, including THC and illegally obtained prescriptions, disorderly conduct, and domestic abuse. Chelsea O'Donnell is a mom of 4 young children, 5-year-old Skylar, 3-year-old Riley, 2-year-old Avery, and 11-month-old Atlas. She seems like she needs a little rehab break. She needs to give them children to a friend or a foe, to a friend or a family, and she needs to go take a little time out to get herself together. Alongside a photo of Chelsea O'Donnell with one of her children as a newborn, Rosie O'Donnell wrote, Chelsea is in the news today. This is a photo from a better time. Here is the family comment, she continued. Sadly, this is not new for our family. Chelsea has struggled with drug addiction for a decade. We are all hopeful she will find her way out of this deadly disease. Rosie O'Donnell has been open about her relationship with her daughters in the past, and this one is clearly just on the drugs. It's funny, she's on the drugs and we know this, and she still has all her children. Interesting. Very, very interesting. White people and their privileges. Awesome to me. Amber Rose addresses wild College Hill brawl, implies big talkers can't back it up. Amber Rose is sticking by her Trump supportation. And not that anybody cares, because who the hell is Amber Rose? Amber Rose speaks softly and carries a big right hook because she was asked about her brawl with Jocelyn Hernandez on College Hill, Celebrity Edition, and she chose not to talk trash directly. The model hosted a birthday bash with a Halloween theme on Saturday, complete with a red carpet where she took questions, including one about her now infamous fight between her and Hernandez on College Hill. I think what's more interesting than this fight is that she was asked about Donald Trump again the other day, and she's really sticking by him. And again, not that anybody cares, but I often wonder how celebrities decide how they're going to stay relevant, and I feel like this is such a poor choice. It's such a poor choice to pick Donald Trump. Alexis Sky, the model girl who I don't know how to describe her. Do you know Alexis Sky? Mm-hmm. She's a model, video vixen type of girl. She was on a podcast the other day, casting her support for Donald Trump. I think she got a lot of blowback after that because she said she went home and did her research, and she is no longer voting for Donald Trump, and she is no longer voting for Donald Trump, which is crazy to me, how these celebrities just go up there and just start saying anything that they want to say and then realizing later that it was stupid. You know who else did something like that? What's his name? Antonio Brown. He spoke at the Donald Trump convention the other day talking about Tampon Tim and how Tampon Tim wants to put tampons in the boys' bathroom, and that's not true. But here's Alexis Sky right here pledging her support to Donald Trump.
I'm voting for Trump.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna get right to the point.
Let's talk about
voting for Trump.
What's the energy behind it? What's the thought process behind it?
I just feel like when Trump was around, I just feel like things were different. But people have their opinion on him. I do think that Trump could be a little extra, but he gets the job done.
So do you have conversations with your friends about politics?
All my friends are voting for Trump. I feel like the younger generation, Trump has on. I'm not gonna lie, because it was more money flowing for us.
So what do you think is the reason why people aren't voting?
I think people talk about it like they want Trump to win, but some people are lazy and they don't want to get up and go vote, which voting does matter because people don't realize if you don't go vote, there's a chance that the other person can win. So get up and go vote because it's super important. If you want Trump to win, go vote for him. If you want the other one to win, then go vote for her.
All right.
The other one. If you want the other one, I'm glad that you post that out there because this is the classic case of I'm an idiot, and before I go on an interview where I know this is a crazy, maybe people just don't know. Maybe people are so far removed from reality, like these celebrity people are so far removed from reality that they are not stopping to, think. They are not stopping to make it make sense. And I think that's the problem I have. I wouldn't expect Alexis Sky to know about anything. First of all, I don't expect most of you guys to know who the hell Alexis Sky is. Number one. But when these celebrities get on here, we keep on forgetting that they have a large fan base. And a lot of their fan bases are people that just stay on Instagram all day and don't do any research of their own. And they just follow what these celebrities say. So although she might not be anybody to most of us, she has the power to influence a whole bunch of people, especially this tattoo head one who I don't think anybody cares about. Amber Rose. I don't understand anybody could care about that lady. She's very interesting. But yes, that's what's going on in the world. Big Meech photographed at halfway house after transfer. Okay, Big Meech is out. Well, he's not out, but Big Meech is outside. Big Meech is officially out of federal prison. I think it's Big Meech, Larry Hoover, whipping work. Hallelujah. One nation under God, real getting for the start. Hey, so he's officially out of federal prison, having just moved to the halfway house where he will continue to serve his sentence. And a pic of him was surfaced online. The infamous co-founder of the Black Mafia family, aka BMF, was transferred from FCI Coleman Low to a community confinement center overseen by Miami Residential Reentry Management Office. Check out the picture here. I think Tristan just flashed it on there. Big Meech kind of hot and tempting. He's just a nice looking young man.
Not hot and tempting.
Big Meech has his arm slung around another man's shoulder, looking serious in the pic, but dressed in normal street clothes rather than a prison uniform. As you know, Meech was arrested back in 2005 on the charges related to drug trafficking and money laundering and sentenced to 30 years in prison in 2008. Earlier this year, a judge shortened his sentence by about 3 years. It's hard to say when Big Meech will be free to re-enter society, but at least he's no longer in federal prison. Meech's life story is inspired behind the 50 Cent produced series BMF, and his son Lil Meech even plays a part in the series. It was renewed for a 4th season earlier this year. Whether Big Meech will get a chance to ever appear on the show like Snoop Dogg, Eminem, 2 Chainz, or Young Miami remains to be seen. But he looks in much better spirits in the halfway house than in federal prison. You know what? He did his time. Recidivism is real. He's gonna come out and have a nice time. Look, he's aged so much, obviously, but look at him, like a grown gangster now. That's nice. Hi, Big Meech. How you doing? Cameron details cave meeting with Kanye West and Marilyn Manson. That sounds scary. That sounds very scary. That sounds like a haunted house. Ew. Cameron has recalled a weird encounter he had with Kanye West and Marilyn Manson during the making of Donda 2 that took place in a cave. Speaking on his sports show, It Is What It Is, Killer Cam recalled going to see Kanye and what was supposed to be his office at the time in Los Angeles. Kanye would have a cave. He said, I want to see the N-word Kanye. His office in Beverly Hills, that one time was a cave. It was just fire in there. It's just like 4 fires. It's like 10. Let's hear it.
They got Aaron Rodgers. He was shitting on Aaron. He want to teach him nothing. Then when Jordy Love gets to Green Bay, you're acting the same way that Brett Favre treated you. And
niggas coming to his house. He's in a dark room.
Yeah.
Allegedly, just all that kind of stuff. Like, bro, why is it dark in here? I need my time to relax. Bro, when you come out the dark room, you got.
All right, it starts right here.
You know what's crazy?
Going through all of this.
Hey, you know what's crazy? I'll give you an example.
Yeah.
I went to, this was probably like 3 years ago. And I went to see the nigga Kanye or whatever. His office in Beverly Hills at one time was a cave. It's just fire in there. It's just mad. Was you with me, Larry? Wasn't with me. Who the fuck was with me, man? I don't know who's with me. It's just like 4 fires in it's like a 15,000 square foot. It's not an office. It's like a warehouse, and it's just fire going. And you acting crazy with nigga, not crazy, but like weird. Like Marilyn Manson was there, and a bunch of people.
Marilyn Manson.
I got the picture. It's like, I'm in a picture of me, Marilyn Manson.
I need to see that picture.
Yeah, Marilyn Manson, he had a makeup on. He's fat now and shit. No disrespect, Marilyn, but you gain weight from the shit. And it's like, yo. So I know the nigga. I'm like, what are you doing?
I hope you ain't in here laughing.
I don't want to be. That's weird.
I'm going to a cave to visit Kanye, and Marilyn Manson is chilling, and we're having a conversation. I wonder what that was like. That must have been bizarre. This is just bizarre behavior. I don't know. Gucci Mane drops almost all artists from his 1017 record label. Have you read about this?
Yes.
What is it? What's happening here?
So I guess he said he checked his profits and loss statements and basically, did a business move and said, I'm getting a lot of losses with the rest of y'all, so I'm gonna drop y'all and I'm gonna keep the ones that I'm profiting from, and that's Pooh
So
Shiesty
who's he
and
keeping?
Fujiano. Pooh Shiesty and Fujiano.
That's it?
Mm-hmm.
And how many he had on before?
He said he's letting everybody else go. I'm not sure, but Gucci Mane signs a lot of people. He does sign a lot of people, and a lot of his artists is they end up in, like, unfortunately, because of the situations that they're
in
from.
Jail or dead?
Yeah, absolutely.
Because that little girl the other day
it.
was one of his, right? And she died.
Key Glock.
Mm-hmm.
There's been a whole bunch of them. Waka Flocka was one of his artists at one time.
That's always scary to me too, because that seems like there's other things going on around the place.
Well, the whole music industry right now is like it's a mess right now.
Do you think it's because of Diddy?
I don't know. I don't want to speculate nothing, but I don't know.
See, I feel like Diddy is the reason that a lot of things are opening up right now. I blame Cat Williams for all of this in general, because Cat Williams started out the year just kind of going ham and kind of putting into perspective what we was about to start dealing with. So, it's very interesting. Kendrick Lamar explains the deep meaning behind Not Like Us Drake diss track. What is the very deep meaning? It was a diss track in his first interview since defeating Drizzy in their long simmering feud that erupted this past summer. Kendrick spoke to friend, former TDE label mate SZA for Harper's Bazaar magazine, whose November issue he covers. Although the conversation focused more on spirituality and vulnerability, the rap beef, the SOS singer did ask the Compton native what Not Like Us means to him. Laughing, he says, not like us in the energy of who I am, the type of man I represent. Now, if you identify me with the man that I represent, Kendrick replied, this man has morals, he has values, he believes in something, he stands on something, he's not pandering. He's a man who can recognize his mistakes and not be afraid to share the mistakes, and can dig down deep into fear-based ideologies or experiences to be able to express them without feeling like he's less of a man. He added, if I'm thinking of Not Like Us, I'm thinking of me and whoever identifies with that. I mean, that's a good political way to explain that you just murked somebody in a song and made it go viral to the point where it got you a Super Bowl win. He's taking the humble way out. I like that. Ain't no BS, ain't no cliche, but I literally talk to God, he said, like it's to a point where I'm starting to think I'm going crazy, but then he has to remind me, no, this is really me. My early morning practice is that I have to run. When I start running, that's when I started to understand there was the threshold of pain in the spirituality for me. I remember my shins was aching and I was like, I got 1 mile to go. Then I get whispers and downloads and start talking about ish that I want to know about. And next thing, I'm 3 miles in, 4 miles in, I wake up and do that ish every day. So he talks to God while he runs. Sometimes that's what I keep telling people, if you do not believe in a higher power when you are doing big things, then I'm not sure how anybody's surviving. I don't care who it is, Jesus, God, Buddha, Emmanuel, whatever, Aura, universe, whoever it is. You got to believe in something else because it is crazy out here. It is crazy when you are doing things or trying to meet some standard for yourself. So big shout outs to Kendrick Lamar. It worked out for him and it's working out for him, and I ain't mad. I am not mad at all. Do we have anything else? My it's a little more early, but there was a couple of other things. Nelly takes fans behind the scenes of Ashanti's surprise birthday party. I know that they just had their baby, so I'm excited about that. I think they had a little boy, I believe it is. Okay, so Don Richard, you guys want to get into some Diddy news?
What is
it's
it?
so like it's just so much. This one more so is about Don Richards. So Don Richards, is she the one who came out?
Real quick, Q-Tip accepts a Tribe Called Quest 2024 Rock and Roll Hall of Fame induction.
Oh,
with
good.
The emotional speech.
Good. I feel like they should have been inducted a long time ago.
Yeah, but I forgot how that goes. It's very weird. I think
there's got to be a certain amount of years.
Yeah, they're nominated. I think they've been nominated before, so finally they've been inducted. Following Chappelle's speech, the group's influence and legacy was commemorated with a spotlight feature, commentary by Andre 3000, Busta Rhymes, BC Boys, Mike D, Common, Lauryn Hill, Moni Love, Pharrell Williams, Questlove, as well as archive footage of Phife Dawg. Let me see.
That's all the people. That's all
Middle
the people
school
that
showed his.
Oh no, that's it.
That have been inducted this year or the last couple years.
This year, I forgot who else was
Mm.
inducted with them.
Nicki Minaj. So over this past week as well, Nicki Minaj and Erica Mena and Safari have been going at it. These are, if you don't know who they are, Safari is Nicki Minaj's ex-boyfriend of long time ago, and Erica Mena is a reality show star on the show, on the whatever, Love and Hip Hop. They ended up getting together and having 2 kids, and now every week they're in the news because Safari recently dropped tapes of Erica Mena getting a ladder and trying to climb over his fence, and trying to be violent with him, knocking on the door, hitting him in front of the children, being Erica Mena, which is just kind of being dramatic as hell. She's always been dramatic and theatrical and very, 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 very toxic. She also looks like some type of ferret. Here is a little bit of clip from This Is What's Going On.
Why would you feel sorry for me? Since I've gotten on the scene in my late teens, I've been able to make a name for myself, and it's not because of who I dated or any type of affiliation.
She looked like the devil.
Human, and if you're human, I'm sure.
The thing is that, so she, after the video drops of her and everybody's like, yo, you're sitting, like before the video dropped of her, she was online telling people that Safari has only seen the kids 11 times in the whole year and he do not take care of the kids and yada, yada, yada. So on the fight, people started, when Safari dropped the video of them, of her trying to get over his wall and break into his house, people were like, oh my God, you're saying that he don't see the kids, but you are crazy. Like, you're a psychopath, and I can see why he would not want to go over there. So then there it goes. So then she drops video starts putting out all these social media things talking about how he be at her house. Open this up, Gore. How he be begging for her to come back and begging for her and begging for her. And they're like, how's he begging for you to come back and you won't let him see his kids, and saying that he's only not taking care of his kids? But on the screen in front of you, this is her trying to prevent him. Go ahead.
Safari shared security footage of Erica arriving unannounced at his home with a ladder and climbing his fence in an attempt to enter. The reality star says he has been urged to get a restraining order against Erica. However, Erica is now being accused of pitting their children against their father. In response to Safari releasing security footage, Erica shared a video she recorded with her daughter accusing her father of kicking her brother. According to their daughter, she witnessed Safari mistreating her brother while under his care.
I mean,
love and hip hop, right?
Yeah, literally, like love and drama, love and toxicity. It's kind of sad why we keep on having to be involved in these two people's toxic ass relationship. They're no different than the Krishan Rocks and the Blue Faces and the Whitney and Bobbies and things like that. We just gotta let it play out, because it's crazy. It's crazy. And then last but not least, we might get out of here a little bit earlier. Rihanna empathetically names artists she would tap to create a Savage and Fenty theme song. As we know, Rihanna's a big fan of Glorilla, so she's one of the ones that she said. Glorilla, she exclaims, while making the period hand gesture, just to see a young lady who's still grounded in who she is and where she came from, and I love that. Immediately following Rihanna's statement, Alton Mason comments on the fact that her description of Glorilla also fits the anti-singer herself, and that's not the first time Big Glo has drawn such a comparison. I love that about Glorilla. I think that Glorilla reminds me a lot of like a Cardi B, not as sexy and ratchet and whatever, blah, 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 but their authenticity in who they are and what they represent and where they came from, I think makes people, a little bit more susceptible to loving and liking them. They're not mean. They're just on here just being their natural, selves. Yeah. And I like that about them.
Also, let me give you guys an update on a Tribe Called Quest. They were also inducted alongside Mary J. Blige, Cher, Kool and the Gang, Ozzy Osbourne, Dave Matthews Band, Foreigner, and Peter Frampton.
Wow. Good for all those people. Very well deserved.
That's crazy.
Very well deserved.
Ozzy's just getting inside.
Ozzy Osbourne?
Yeah.
I thought he was in there a long time ago. Ain't he a rock star?
Maybe his the original group. Was he was in some kind of group before? I don't know.
But anyways, that is what we have for today. We're going to close up out of here just a little bit earlier because I got to step out real quick. But people, join us tomorrow. Send Miss Tony a little message. Let her know that we hope that she gets better soon and that we can see her soon. I know there's a lot going on and everybody's getting sick because of the weather changes and different things. So take care of you guys selves. Go get some sea moss or something like that.
Work. Good. You got it. When it's nice like this, you got to take advantage, do some yard work.
You sure do. You absolutely do. So people, get outside. Just enjoy outside. While we have 15 minutes left to the show, maybe it's time to take a little proverbial smoke break and go outside and just take out some sun, look around, do all the things, and just have a good day. Have an awesome day. Have the Monday you deserve. With that said, people, have a great day. We'll see you soon. Keep it locked. Spark FM Online. Bobby Steels is up next. Boy.
You're listening to Saucy and Friends in the morning with Miss Hot Sauce, Miss Tony, and Rockstone Triz.
Let's start with the big question.
How are you? The all-new Spark FM.
JP Morgan Chase is making a global commitment to break